is the consciousness they are tuning into, like the power, range of power that they are bringing into them.
As in the Egyptian I'm the reincarnation of this god.
Like Cleopatra. Cleopatra would name herself. Cleopatra named herself Isis, the reincarnation of Isis. Like the last Cleopatra, because there were 7 Cleopatras. The last one, the one with the full of issues. So then Isis, after not finding his penis, what she did was she came with the idea of creating a penis, a phallus made of gold, to replace it. So this is a very deep code, because then it takes us at many scales. One of them could be the fact that Osiris is representing the interstellar seed, which is not a human seed. That's why it's a golden phallus, because it's a pristine seed.
A lot of it's pouring down.
Yeah.
Or like capsuling stuff.
The other one is that penis that was taken from Osiris represents the leg of the chromosome that was compressed to generate the chromosome Y. And that's how, through resurrection with Jesus or the Christ they restore the chromosome X by placing that golden phallus within their genetics. So then, yeah, exactly.
A little person in a box or something?
Exactly. Reading in.
Oh, is this the Isis knot over there?
That's the Isis knot, exactly.
Yeah, maybe that little person is significant.
Weren't you saying something about, like, some person was put in a box or something like that?
A little person was what?
Like, fit inside of some sort of box?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I thought you were saying that in a story. Like they kept
Osiris.
somebody.
Yeah, like Osiris was kept inside a sarcophagus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Although I believe that it was more like he was taken into a hibernation state, and then Isis brought him back. You know, like Seth trying to get rid of him and put him into a capsule of hibernation, because that's what the sarcophags were. Really, that's why they mummified the dead, because they would try them, like they would put them, for when the time came, the sarcophags were capsules for them to keep on this state of hibernation, and then go into the portals of the mountains, you know, being cold.
Would the portals go to like outer space type things?
Yes,
or
yes, there are stargates. All those mountains are stargates.
Yeah, we're next.
Tourism police.
Habibis! Habibis! Habibi! Where do you want to go next?
Here.
chrétiens, ils ont martelé aussi les scènes. Et là, c'est un texte copte.
So that's Templar.
D'accord? Parce que ces temples étaient transportés en église, transformés en église copte.
And all of them, they have their faces carved, but this one was like a Greek.
Most
Like proud of the surviving years.
in 1970.
Because what they
Exactly.
Or a little bigger.
their hands reaching out to Horus.
Yeah.
So this next room will be safety, fortressing, loving destruction, antidote for evil,
Here is the mummy.
and capturing predators back in time.
Here?
Which I'll teach you more. Yeah, to impress them and help them feel safe so they generate more time. What's the things? You see this frog? God.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen this frog god before?
No? That's first.
It might be a snake, frog, or a lizard thing.
It's almost like a cat.
And it's there.
Without a nose, though. That one thing in the corner up there is a little weird, and it's ants, I'm not sure. It's doing it have a second leg, but oh, maybe it's just got a pronounced belly. It's just that thing where they crouch and it looks like one leg.
On the wall, the bottom, you see some black and white dots.
And he's got, he's giving the key of life and then receiving it. Well, it looks like Am and Ra, which is one of those sun gods.
Once you step these guys, you have some holes right and left. So we gotta watch this wall. So the guys here we have the divine bird story. The divine bird. How do you do this? Up here, we have two people sitting together in the order. And below them, another two carrying.
You see
So two sitting,
how
another two
they
carrying.
bring in all the eggs.
And all the
Remember the
creatures
devices that I told you
this
that
was
they found in
around-
a suit? That there were like these eggs that they would put next to the TV, and the TV would start to have like a short circuit as well as the light, and then they put these eggs into the water, and the water started boiling,
The ancient Egyptians
Did I tell
didn't
you?
know how the
Well,
pyramids
anyway,
went
they found
through
some
the
artifacts
It's supposed
next to
go
the
with
cave
this.
where we went
They get the
like
water,
this.
go with the salt.
So, and look at the amount of eggs that he is bringing.
And then, no,
And here is Isis with
eating the baby.
the Homo
Just waiting to get the light.
sapiens or Adam. Let's say
And
Adam.
the eyes in the baby to go.
And here is the conception of the Adam, not for us, of the Adam.
Was already shot.
You see, here you have the little baby and all of the netted. That will always be, when there is a bird, that will always be close by because he's representing that he helped for the design of that baby. And we can even see where here in front, where there is thought, you see that they are handing into him like this device, this rectangular device, held by two little people.
It could be.
You see it here? Yeah? Okay. You will see it taught in a lot of hieroglyphs carrying that device, which has like a pencil or a brush or a pencil, where he's designing, like he's showing how from the holographic field, he's designing everything and bringing it alive.
You can receive 500 divine abilities, or at least this room, it's going to change number-wise for the room, and you can receive healing. And I'm trying to see a pattern between the things they blocked out. It's kind of feminine, I'm not sure. What do you think each one of those figures might have been?
This was Ptah for sure.
You
Because
don't like the top.
no, Ptah was quite hated. Actually, very few statues you will see of him. And you will know it's Ptah because he's like, he cannot move. Well, he's very in a posture, in a very strict posture. And also, he will be stepping on a pedestal, which means that he is not here. He's not touching the earth.
This probably was very important, as a lot of things are oriented to it. And that kind of looks like a tree.
Guys, take one more step forward, please. Excuse me, guys, do you want just to have a circle here? Because here, like, maximum guiding time, 1 minute. Thank you. Guys, here we have Horus having the double crown of Upper and Lower Egypt. Usually we see the king wearing the crown, but now we see Horus wearing the crown. So here's the double crown, Upper and Lower Egypt. Horus here was hiding in the margin of the papyrus. Why? When Isis gave birth to Horus, she was worried that Set might find him and kill him. She decided to hide him far away. Who looked after him?
Well,
Hathor.
and they also
You remember in
removed that
Egyptian
arm
museum,
when he's carrying.
I wrote her name, it was a bird inside box. Her name is H-A-T,
Exactly. And if you see all of these very,
the palace of
very
Hathor,
dark,
because she knew her was Horus. Then here we have
they burned it all.
Isis
That's why
feeding
you will
the king.
see it very dark.
She's doing something she couldn't do to her own son. Her own son was living far away from her. What are they trying to tell us here? They are trying to tell us that the king
Yeah, like everything they burned it
is
all,
Horus.
you know.
The king is the image of Horus on earth. That's why we show like that. The reason the
It was
different
all
colors we
painted.
have here, that
It
it
was
goes
all
with
painted.
it.
And they also
The one
removed
with
the other.
The way to get light through the holes is the same way of building the temple, which means as long as we go inside the temple, we go higher. And the ceiling gets lower, like the sun rays. That's why if you look inside, you can see the zigzag lines.
What?
Can you see the zigzag lines of the sun? So can you go this way?
Sorry, one question, isn't
Yeah, that's coming from the age no, Ogdoa. Yeah, that's why he's close to Dot.
Is that
Because remember that I told you about the Ogdoa?
The dot?
The Ogdoa, the Dot represented the beginning of life divided in 8.
Is it
4
like
toads,
those?
4
The
toads, and 4 serpents.
Oh, yeah,
which
yeah, yeah.
represent the beginning of life related to chaos, like the primordial waters of chaos, and very related to the moon. So that's one of the 8 of Doa.
Is that like a human and that's Amun Ra?
No, that's what no.
Is he
That is
shorter?
Honu. That is Honu. Remember?
The ram or the-
No, the ram.
Okay, is that like a reincarnation? Is it shorter? And so maybe human body?
Yeah, no, he's as Honu is the artisan,
Making out of clay,
the
yeah.
craftsman, then he's making out of clay the human.
Yeah, that's what
That's
it's
what it's
yeah.
from. Yeah.
And so I'm like, what? He's growing life into them.
Yes, exactly. But you see, it represents the DMT. The toad would represent the DMT. Because they put those.
So it represents DMT.
The toad, exactly.
The toad.
Yeah.
Like the toad medicine. Yeah, toad.
So they lick toads too?
What?
They lick toads too?
No, they use the gen of the toad to create the human.
I thought they lick toads like, you said DMT.
Yeah, because but the component,
So did
the same genetics.
Yeah, did they lick toads though?
Perhaps. Yeah, why not?
What is he holding in his hand that's like dangling down?
Yeah, I also saw that, but I don't know. Maybe it was something that he used
Like to fashion the human?
to mold the clay.
Did you already talk about the knife?
Oh yeah, the knives.
Okay, thank you for
Dash.
saying that. You will see something kind of similar over and over, and this is the fact that they are holding what we can consider as knives. Remember that yesterday in the glyph I told you about 2 genetic manipulations related because they were carrying there were glyphs of this. This represents knives. Exactly. So they are representing that they placed from their genetics to the human. And they are telling the story of how they took all that energy, like cutting
DNA of kind of like snake.
it's like strands of DNA. How many you see? 1, 2, 3, 4.
And this might be more than just reeds, if that's the case.
Lotus. I believe that this is representing the cosmic veil, like how like the number of
Codon, it could
strands
be, depending on how many are here, it could be a number that we see in genetics.
as well.
These are different felines, so that they're recognizing
races.
that there are more gods than just the main feline gods, which I read as well, and they were merged together, which some articles read on
As well.
And this looks like a bull humanoid, which, hey, did you know that exists? That's what I was thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Too. It was like, is that they like to
Different
symbolize
amounts.
Like they're telling in how many stages they created it. That's a possible way. Here are 5, there are 2, 7.
What do you think this big serpent is? Cobra.
As it is put in a pedestal, it means that it's something found, not here in Earth, in outer space.
Maybe this Naga genetics?
Yes, maybe no. One thing is that they would do all these genetic manipulations in fields of anti-gravitatory fields. They needed to be in coherent, in an absolute state of coherence or 0 point, in order to be able to commune the DNA of the blue blood with the human blood. That was very important. Otherwise, the RNA would split. The protein in the RNA would split.
Okay, so based on that, we've got bull genetics, various feline genetics, a bird, a serpent, maybe a ram. I don't know what these could be, but they apparently didn't want them to be known.
Yeah, of course. But normally when we see this, when we see the aten, it's related to a feline.
Nephilim?
A feline.
Even more cats.
Yes, cats, exactly. To a cat,
Oh, it's
to a lion, yes. Yes,
Oh,
so
feline.
it's like segment, because always they are holding, not always, but they are the ones shown with the solar disc.
Right, but there are multiple segments, so and
Exactly.
they're different forms, so it's
Exactly.
probably more than just that name.
Yeah, this is why I said like segment.
Yeah, like,
L'autre dièse, oui, assisté pour nous l'accouchement. D'accord?
Oui.
Maintenant,
Do we need to go back
c'est
there?
fini l'accouchement.
I believe that it would be nice to connect a little bit.
Avec
Sean,
toujours un nombre de points principal de l'État.
No, there's room in the room.
going back to
but yeah,
No,
let's go
we
with
were
the-
there before.
If once that he did,
Oh yeah, that guy was talking all super loud in here. Like,
go
yeah,
there.
but that's why.
Looks like Tree of Life. Yeah. And what the hell could this kid be? They're using perhaps plant iconography, but it's like looks like a brazen serpent going up a pole, which could be a lot of things with either external or internal processes represented, like currents that go up the spine, like kundalini, like
Now we know what the lotus flower represents in that depiction. Look how they are around Horus. So it represents how that field, how the tree of life would be created. This is a sort of tree of life.
This has 12 loops in it.
That's also, yeah, everything is here. Everything. And yesterday we saw this a lot in Sobek's temple, in the pillars. You will see that in the pillars a lot, that they have a lotus flower surrounded